Plasma towers, elemental help, army of the dead, engineering the four corners. The day is now 72 hours and starts and ends at 3 p.m. after hitting the 3 a.m. meditation bells 3 times prior. This post's launch time is the East Coast US 8:08 morning gate, on the 3D date 91,120. The following 3 p.m. will start this new day. Follow this parallel around the globe until it hits your local time at 3 p.m. If you are conscious that a new day has begun, it is customary to send love and kindness to someone. Today's date on the Archangelic calendar is Infinity 096 Infinity Infinity X2B4 X2B4B4 Infinity Infinity M9K 9K 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 9 Infinity Infinity B2TT Infinity. Please visit us at archangeliccalendar.com for more information. And please do not forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Thank you for your continued support. The calendar. Gaia is in the element of air, and keeps repeating the notion of assembly. She is indicating that we are moving into a new phase of physical bonding and heartfelt gatherings. We have learned that humanity's current median climate always has an element of Guzville in it. In the words of the wise Coco the gorilla, we are nature. What needs to be said is that this report is not full of prognostications, it's full of disclosure regarding the moves we make. When we see the Schumann jump at precisely the times of our motions, it is no coincidence. To also be noted is that we mentioned this exact issue many seasons ago, that the Schumann is not capable of measuring these energies to avoid any confusion about the matter. All people who put themselves in a leadership role need to keep their egos out of their message, as there are too many spiritual leaders communicating with their ego leading the way. Also, a word to the wise, physical science, and astrophysics has an omnipotent boss, and its name is quantum mechanics. We assure you that we, you and our legions, are implementing these timeline shifts, but we are awful humble about our efforts. We have fulfilled the prophecy, and then some. Fear nothing is your return from battle. The result has not caught up with this reality. Have confidence in what you see and feel from your first hand perspective. Do not allow fear based persuasion to tell you otherwise. Many ask why we did not participate in The Lion's Gate, and are not jumping for joy about The 99's Gate. The reason is simple: portals and gates that open up because of a specific date appearing in the 3D calendar is a step in the wrong direction. We only take gates that we know exactly where they go to, and we do not wait around for the sun, moon, and stars to make it so. Besides the point that the linear calendar is a product of organized darkness, going with the ebb and flow of the chains that bind humanity is futile. This attitude is another example of giving your power away. Our legions do not take chances, we make decisive metaphysical moves. If you wish to use this as a reminder to set positive intentions, go for it, but it is always advised to command your path in full control. We know that this is not a popular opinion, but honesty and effectiveness in our legions are more critical than coddling one's notions. Everyone is free to do as they wish, but something is missing when The legions are absent. Archangel Jophiel likes to describe this exact situation as making soup without water. Engineering. Floating lakes, not random asteroids with water present, cause once barren planets to have abundant water. It's not a complete mystery that cosmic vapor condensed in massive explosive events create lakes larger than most galaxies. When these giant floating lakes hit a landmass, it looks an awful lot what it sounds like: a tremendous splash. Water evolves, has memory and consciousness, and just like all of the elements, its origins are otherworldly and are truly magical. You have to touch the dream realm for the sake of your health, to reset your cellular memory, and it is why sleep is so vital for healing. Your consciousness reaches a cellular reset point that can immediately bring the body more comfort. When you fail to hit REM sleep, your body does not have this opportunity. This modality is a quantum mechanism and needs the benefit of unconscious observation to implement. Anubis is going to be busy helping souls find the other side. For those who do not know this fantastic canine, he is not from these parts and is the voluntary principal engineer in the reincarnation process. He is a very hands-on manager and is extremely good at his job. There was mass deception in the reincarnation process, and he needs to implement a direct intervention. Anomalies in Georgia and the Carolinas will increase as Atlantis becomes more physically aware. Thanks to our efforts yesterday, the manifestation of our living continent has reached a fevered pitch. 5D News. The rumors of the malevolent greys leaving Earth are very accurate, and the word of a strong, benevolent grey presence is also correct. As far as the greys are concerned, the good guys most certainly won. Rough ascension symptoms are just beginning, and there isn't much we can do to change that. It's par for the course, as our conscious mind must digest our physical changes. Fevers do something similar to our bodies but in a much more subtle way. The Atlanteans have had an age-long battle with a group of reptilians hybrids from Orion. This conflict is utterly asinine, but it was a major issue back in the days. It started with a marriage grown apart that was taken way too seriously by both sides. It was one of the first intergalactic relationships that failed because they grew apart, but both sides did not take it that way. It is now universal law that everyone will have an opportunity to adopt the Archangelak calendar as their central observance of time. It will be up to them to make the ultimate decision to adopt it or not. Legion's News. For the record, no being likes disrespect, and this is especially the case for non-physical beings. Again, this falls under the category of do not poke at supernatural forces. Still, destroying the graves of the innocent sleeping beings will summon a particular unit of the army of the dead against these efforts. This backlash is very similar to what happened when the Adventures raided two tombs of the pharaohs. They all died in bizarre and mysterious ways. This atrocity is timely news for our legions as it saves us a good deal of time and effort by bringing this army of the dead to life. This situation also motivates the army to join our legions with great enthusiasm. No one on any side of the fence can not say that we did not give them an advance enough warning. Philosophical nourishment. Philosophically speaking, the Vedic texts describes our ability and powers in great detail. These excellent books can be a bit of a how-to guide if you can put yourself in the deity's mindset. Like every other spiritual text, the Vedic texts is only evident when certain consciousness levels are present. You can say the same about the Bible when the codex is adequately understood. For example, the word Lord means higher consciousness, but you have to read above, behind, and around this term because of massive manipulation. Segregation can start in many different ways. Today, terminology is the most effective tool to do so, causing separation in the masses' minds. This tactic causes an imbalance in both sides of the brain and causes each side to regulate its notions towards the subject until cognition can find itself out of this labyrinth. 3D News. It has to hurt if it is to heal, is the best way to describe the 3D current Earth events. We have to let something play out, and again I state that this is the best case scenario that we could find. We hope timeline to timeline, and this is a livable ending to the Dark Ages of Humanity saga. England is next up for a significant transmutation event. Many failed attempts to transmute a cluster of darkness in the area have now forced macro density to step in, which is never an understated event. In all fairness, the United Kingdom's residents have much more density to contend with than other places in the world, and this is because of the very dense history of the nations. We will continue to see a strong, starship presence in our skies, but, more specifically, in the cities where there is civil unrest. The galactics are eating up any extracurricular energy that affects the people below, and it is about all they can do without infringing upon free will. The contamination of the world's food supply has reached ridiculous heights. This issue is a battle that should be on the forefront, but it seems to fall on a deaf ear to modern society. This lack of outrage is because this poison does not work as acutely as the other threats facing humanity. The further away from our natural energy signature our food is, the more it will throw off our rhythms and cause illness in the body. We will help this issue in today's assignments, but this is a matter of personal choice. Small misplaced earthquakes are not earthquakes. Today's tools. Tools will be active until the next post. Use the legend below to help you decipher how to best use today's weapons. Passive equals no intention needed to use or arm. It will work on its own when you accept its presence. All you need to do is give permission, and it will work on your behalf. Active equals intention needed to use. Aggressive equals will attack before anything has a chance to harm you. Do not try to wield weapons if there is no pure love in your heart for your motions and the attached beings. The violet flame is in a setting for 918 AAs, 1 plus 8. This setting is for a balanced transmutation but is scaled down in presence as we have made way for positive things to manifest. The violet flame team is as follows and is in no particular order: Archangel Jermaine, Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Ansiel, Archangel Raguel, Archangel Orion, Archangel Batkol, Archangel Sablo, Archangel Bryathos, Archangel Agla, Archangel Abraxos, Archangel Harahael, Archangel Bazazat, Archangel Af, Archangel Majdil, Archangel Eshma, Archangel Harahael, Archangel Emmanuel, and Archangel Adnachil. Active. Archangel Michael's legendary sword can handle anything, as it is entirely omnipotent. No level of consciousness can block this divine weapon. It is also a great weapon against electronics and technology as it can override any circuitry. Passive. Archangel Vahumana's timepiece allows you to savor a positive feeling or thought. It brings an element of majesty to your everyday moments, and it prevents the interference of harmful time travelers. Passive, active, and aggressive. Archangel Chamuel's radiant peace allows you to be secluded in a peaceful bubble, no matter what is happening around you. It also allows those in your heart to have protection as well. Passive and active. Archangel Jeremiah's enhanced intuition allows your soul's voices to become louder. It enables the judges of spirit to be more evident than ever. Passive and aggressive. Archangel Muriel's sword of stone is a dynamic weapon that can harness the power of the earth. This sword can summon and silence earthquakes, as well as bring peace to an active volcano. Passive. Archangel Camille's headdress gives you an insight into your inner talents and abilities. Set the intention and use it right before meditation, you will not regret it. Passive. Archangel Raziel's universal key allows you access to all wisdom, knowledge, and kingdoms. This tool is an excellent tool for any time but can certainly come in handy during mediation. Passive, active, and aggressive. Archangel Isaac's radiant field looks a lot like Magneto's force field, and it reacts to any life form with either loving energy or a transmutational blast of vast power. Passive and aggressive. Archangel Leo's Swords of Plenty is a passive and aggressive attack sword with a complete will. Do not try to wield at all, you will only get in the way. Equip and go. Active. Archangel Ariel's Wand of Comforts helps you summon any necessity you may have. It is a beautiful and comforting tool when equipped. Active, aggressive, and passive. Archangel Israfil's flaming sword can protect you against all things directed to you on a macro or micro scale. It can also speed up the time in which something you wish to manifest will come to fruition. Active, aggressive, and passive. Archangel Nasaraji's flaming sword can bring any negative energy to its knees. It also can remove all obstacles in the way of something you wish to manifest. Today's assignments. We are still working on a macro level, and thus the format will stay consistent. Please use today's current tools if you need assistance performing the tasks below. Nothing is requiring you to do the following. If you are ready, your higher self will call you to duty. If not, skip to the meditation. Please note it is always advised to hold metaphysical modalities for at least a 72 count. We have found many dense areas in need of metaphysical cleansing. Once you remotely enter the said areas below, engulf it with violet flame, and then bring forth an exit portal to infinitely expanding Creator Source. Saqqara, Calcutta, Denver, Melbourne, Hong Kong, and New York. We can shut down all evil clones by sending Beijing lightning. Send lightning in the following color codes: white, pink, light blue, gold, yellow, green, red, black, copper, bronze, brown, teal, rose gold, silver, orange, indigo, violet, platinum, diamond, rainbow. Clearly, we need to micromanage Australia. They are dealing with suppression technology and many years of corruption and atrocities. Send the flowing color flames to the continent: white, pink, light blue, gold, yellow, green, red, black, copper, bronze, brown, teal, rose gold, silver, orange, indigo, violet, platinum, diamond, rainbow. There is a stargate that has presented itself directly on the circle of The, four corner US states. This gate needs a calibration, and we have nicknamed this The Prophecy Gate, as this will speed our efforts along significantly. It's very similar to the portals we placed elsewhere, except we will be putting them all in the same place and layering them one on top of the other. Gate code 00110001, 00110100, 00110100. Asterisk. We are all aware of the power of The original crystal skulls, but most are not aware that they do not need to be physically in each other's presence to be linked. If you have ever made a crystal grid, you know you need a pointer or wand to connect the crystals. You can do the same thing with a glowing metaphysical sword of your choice. Touch the crystal skulls and connect them to a center point, which in this case will be The Atlantean continent we reimagined in yesterday's assignments. Asterisk. The element of water is needed on the west side of the US. We are still waiting for the local lightworkers to take the lead on this issue. Therefore, we will send water on behalf of the animals and plants of the region. One cannot help but bring to mind the story of the bee from yesterday. Asterisk. It is a good idea to send rainbow light and plasma to all the water and land masses. It will speed the healing along very rapidly and allow for divine will to infect the elements. Another great way to encourage healing is to erect plasma towers in the Earth's waters and skies. These towers look a lot like a holographic version of a space needle and can be any color. In this case, rainbow will cover all of our bases, but you are welcome to use any color that inspires you. Asterisk. There are many incoming starships that need diplomatic contact. It is up to our legions to make telepathic contact with as many of these ships as possible and welcome them with open arms. Do not worry about making contact with evil ships, they are not in our skies any longer. Asterisk. Bless all that we intake, air, food, water, etc. with the following lights: white, pink, light blue, gold, yellow, green, red, black, copper, bronze, brown, teal, rose gold, silver, orange, indigo, violet, platinum, diamond, rainbow. Today's mediation is above, please enjoy.